Today we're stepping into a world where machines don't just work, they dominate entire landscapes. From coal haulers bigger than houses to excavators that can lift dozens of tons in a single bite. These are the 10 gigantic industrial machines you have to see to believe. Each one pushes engineering to its absolute limit, built for power, scale, and jobs that ordinary machines can't even imagine touching. And trust me, by the end, you'll question what massive really means. If you enjoy these insane machine breakdowns, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next, because the final machines will completely blow your mind. Deep inside large open-pit mining sites, there's a machine that quietly does the work of dozens of regular trucks combined. It's the Crest Coal Hauler, built in the United States by the Crest Corporation specifically for moving massive amounts of coal across rough mining terrain. This thing is enormous, around 43 feet long and nearly 16 feet tall, and it already weighs about 200,000 pounds even when empty. But what makes it truly impressive is its carrying power. Fully loaded, it can transport over 400,000 pounds of coal in a single trip, which is why it's considered one of the most powerful haulage machines ever built for mining. Under the hood, it uses a massive Caterpillar V16 engine with around 1,650 cubic inches of displacement, producing roughly 1,200 horsepower. That power isn't about speed, it's about raw pulling strength, especially when climbing steep mine slopes with a full load. A heavy-duty automatic transmission and reinforced hydraulic suspension help it survive constant stress on uneven ground. Visually, it looks just as extreme as its performance, with a curved dump bed designed to maximize capacity and giant 10-foot tires that make it look unstoppable. The operator sits in a raised side cab for better visibility across busy mine sites. In real operations, it moves material from excavation zones straight to crushers, often replacing entire fleets of smaller trucks. Some companies even personalize these machines with names or paint designs, almost treating them like icons of the mine. And this is just one giant in the world of industrial machines. What comes next is even more powerful. This isn't just a bulldozer, it's the Komatsu D575A-3SD Super Dozer, widely known as the largest crawler dozer ever built. Designed in Japan for extreme mining and earth-moving work, it looks less like a machine and more like a moving wall of steel. Its size alone is unbelievable. About 38 feet long, nearly 16 feet tall, and equipped with a massive 23-foot wide blade that dominates everything in front of it. The weight pushes past 335,000 pounds, meaning even standing still, it feels unstoppable. Under its body sits a huge Komatsu 512 diesel engine with around 1,150 horsepower, built not for speed but for raw pushing force. With that power, it can move nearly 90 cubic yards of material in a single pass, enough to fill a small house's worth of dirt in seconds. A heavy-duty automatic transmission delivers constant torque, while its crawler track system keeps it stable even on rough mining ground. When it moves, the low engine rumble and slow, powerful motion give it an almost unstoppable presence. Operators rely on precise guidance during tight work because of its sheer size and reach. In real-world use, it's deployed in major mining sites and large-scale land clearing projects, often doing the work of several smaller dozers combined. One unit even became so massive in logistics that it took 2 full days just to unload it at a Texas expo. And as huge as this machine is, the next one makes it look surprisingly small. It can actually carry it and still have capacity left. Picture a machine so massive that climbing into its cab feels like walking up a 2-story building. That's the Caterpillar 797F. One of the largest mining haul trucks ever built by Caterpillar in the United States, designed for the most extreme mining sites on Earth. Its size alone is unbelievable. About 49 feet long, 23 feet tall, and nearly 33 feet wide with mirrors extended. Fully loaded, it can weigh over 1.5 million pounds, making it feel less like a truck and more like a moving building. Powering this giant is a massive Caterpillar diesel engine built for one purpose: non-stop hauling under extreme load. It produces around 4,000 horsepower, sending power through a heavy-duty automatic transmission designed for steep climbs and rough mining terrain. Despite its size, It's engineered to stay controlled even on sharp descents, using advanced braking and suspension systems to keep everything stable. Each of its enormous tires stands nearly 13 feet tall and costs as much as a small car. And just one full load in its dump bed can carry up to 400 tons of material, roughly equal to dozens of regular dump trucks working together. That's why it's used in major iron, copper, and coal mining operations around the world, where efficiency matters at an extreme scale. Operators often say you don't really drive a 797F, you command it. And as huge as this machine is, the next one makes it feel almost small in comparison. Straight out of Belarus comes a machine that completely resets what huge even means. The Belaz 75710. Built by Belaz and officially recognized as the largest mining dump truck in the world in both size and payload capacity. This thing is a true colossus, about 67 feet long, over 26 feet tall, and 32 feet wide, making it feel more like a moving structure than a vehicle. Even empty, it weighs around 360 tons, and when fully loaded, it can carry over 450 tons of material in a single trip, an insane total moving mass that pushes past 800 tons. What makes it even more interesting is its power system. Instead of a traditional setup, it uses a diesel-electric drivetrain powered by two massive V16 diesel engines. Together, they produce around 4,600 horsepower, but that power doesn't go straight to the wheels. Instead, it's converted into electricity that drives 4 independent wheel motors, giving it full 8x8 all-wheel traction. This design helps it handle extreme loads while still staying surprisingly stable and controlled on uneven mining terrain. Every detail feels oversized, from its nearly 13-foot-tall tires to the staircase that climbs up like a 3-story building just to reach the cab. Even the fuel tank holds over 1,300 gallons, allowing it to work long shifts in remote open pit mines across Russia and Kazakhstan. Its job is simple but massive, replacing entire fleets of smaller trucks to save time and cost. In 2014, it officially earned a Guinness World Record as the highest capacity haul truck ever built, and that record still stands. And just when you think this is the peak of industrial scale, the next machine takes destruction power to an entirely new level. It doesn't just move Earth, it tears through everything in its path. When it comes to moving unbelievable amounts of earth and rock, very few machines can match the Hitachi EX 8000-6, built by Hitachi Construction Machinery in Japan. This is one of the largest hydraulic excavators ever created, designed specifically for the most demanding mining operations on the planet. Its sheer scale is hard to grasp. Around 49 feet long, over 33 feet tall, with the boom fully raised, and weighing close to 811 tons. In fact, it's so large that its footprint is bigger than a basketball court, yet it still performs with precise, controlled movement. Power comes from 2 massive diesel engines that together produce well over 3,000 horsepower, driving a complex hydraulic system built for constant heavy-duty digging. Instead of raw mechanical force, it relies on advanced hydraulic circuits that allow smooth, powerful motion even under extreme load. With every scoop, it can lift around 75 tons of material, roughly the weight of multiple loaded trucks in a single pass. The bucket itself is enormous, wide enough to hold 2 full-size cars side by side. Despite its size, the operator works from a fully enclosed, climate-controlled cab with sound insulation, reinforced glass, and advanced digital controls for precision operation. In real mining environments across countries like Australia, Canada, and Chile, this machine plays a key role in high-efficiency extraction, sometimes loading 300-ton haul trucks in just a few passes, turning long cycles into minutes. Some versions have even been specially modified for challenging environments like lithium mines, where corrosion resistance becomes critical. It's a perfect example of how industrial engineering keeps adapting to extreme demands. And just when you think this is the limit of excavation power, the next machine takes things even further. It doesn't just dig earth, it reshapes entire landscapes in one go. Some machines don't just dig, they redefine what power looks like. The Bucyrus 495HR, built by the legendary Bucyrus International in the United States, is one of those rare giants. It's a massive electric rope shovel designed for large-scale surface mining, and just seeing it in operation feels like watching a moving industrial tower carved through the earth. Its scale is almost unreal, around 50 feet tall at the boom, nearly 100 feet long, and weighing over 2.8 million pounds. Instead of a traditional engine, it runs on high-voltage electric power supplied through external cables, feeding huge motors that control digging, lifting, and swinging with incredible precision. Every movement is slow, controlled, and immensely powerful, like a machine operating with absolute certainty. The bucket alone is enormous, capable of lifting over 100 tons in a single scoop, and holding more than 120 cubic meters of material. Mounted on giant crawler tracks, it stays stable even while handling extreme loads, while its mechanical electric system ensures consistent force during non-stop excavation. The elevated operator cab gives a clear view of the entire work area, allowing precise control in demanding mining environments. You'll find machines like this working in major coal and iron mines across the United States, Canada, and South Africa, where they strip away massive layers of earth to speed up extraction. Even after Bucyrus was acquired by Caterpillar, many operators still refer to it by its original name, a sign of its legacy in mining history. Some units have been running for decades with only minor upgrades, proving just how durable these giants really are. And just when it feels like excavation has reached its peak, the next machine takes lifting power into an entirely different world. When it comes to extreme mining equipment, the Komatsu P and H4800XPC stands in a class of its own. Built for the most demanding mines on Earth, this massive electric rope shovel from Komatsu was designed and assembled in the United States and is often described as one of the largest machines in the mining world. With its boom raised, it towers over 100 feet high, stretches about 65 feet wide, and weighs well over 3 million pounds. So large that from a distance it can look like an entire industrial plant rather than a single machine. Unlike traditional heavy equipment, it runs entirely on grid-supplied electric power, feeding enormous motors that deliver close to 10,000 horsepower. These motors control every movement, lifting, swinging, and digging, with incredible precision despite the extreme forces involved. The bucket alone is the real highlight, capable of scooping around 135 tons of material in a single motion, enough to dramatically reshape massive sections of a mine in seconds. Everything about it is built for endurance and stability. It rides on oversized crawler tracks and uses advanced structural damping systems to handle constant stress during repeated digging cycles. The elevated operator cabin gives full visibility and is packed with automated controls and safety systems to keep operations steady in harsh environments. In real-world mining sites across the United States and Canada, the 4800XPC works almost non-stop, often running up to 20+ hours a day in coal and copper operations, where efficiency is everything. Some units even carry unique paint schemes and nicknames, becoming symbols of industrial strength within their sites. And just when it feels like excavation has reached its peak, the next machine goes even further. It doesn't just dig the earth, it tears through entire cities like they were nothing. Some machines don't just work underground, they quietly reshape entire cities from below. That's exactly what Bertha, the massive tunnel boring machine built for the Washington State Department of Transportation, Washington State Department of Transportation was designed to do. Built by Hitachi Zosen in Japan, Bertha was brought in to carve a new tunnel route beneath downtown Seattle, creating the SR-99 tunnel through nearly 2 miles of some of the most challenging urban ground in North America. At her peak, Bertha was the largest tunnel boring machine in the world by diameter, about 57 feet wide, over 300 feet long, and weighing more than 7,000 tons. But what made her special wasn't just size, it was how self-contained she was. This was essentially a moving underground factory, powered by multiple electric systems delivering thousands of horsepower to drive a massive rotating cutter head fitted with steel discs designed to grind through rock, soil, clay, and even concrete. Progress happened slowly but precisely. Hydraulic thrust cylinders pushed the machine forward, inch by inch, while conveyor systems carried excavated material back through the machine. At the same time, it installed reinforced concrete tunnel segments, building the roadway as it advanced. Inside, Bertha carried complex control rooms, ventilation systems, and maintenance spaces, allowing teams to operate her continuously beneath the city. Even with setbacks during construction and a long repair stoppage, she eventually completed her mission in 2017. Parts of Bertha were later turned into public art installations in Seattle, becoming a permanent reminder of one of the most ambitious infrastructure projects ever attempted in the city. And just when you think underground engineering can't go any further, the next machine makes even this look small. It's a machine so large it outmasses entire aircraft carriers. If there was ever a machine that defined largest of its era, it was Big Muskie, officially the Bucyrus Erie 4250W, built by Bucyrus Erie in 1969 in the United States. This legendary electric dragline excavator became a symbol of raw industrial power and held the title of the world's largest earth-moving machine for decades. Even today, it's still talked about with respect in mining history. Its scale was almost unbelievable, around 500 feet long, 70 feet tall at the cab, and a boom stretching over 300 feet. The machine itself weighed roughly 13,000 tons, comparable to the mass of multiple large aircraft carriers combined. Instead of traditional fuel power, it ran on high-voltage electricity, feeding massive motors that generated over 18,000 horsepower to control its digging and swinging systems. The real impact came from its bucket. It could scoop nearly 220 cubic yards of material in one go, close to 300 tons per single pass. That meant it could strip away entire layers of earth in one continuous motion, exposing coal seams far beneath the surface. Because of its size, mobility was extremely slow. It moved on giant walking feet, and even repositioning it could take days. Big Muskie spent its working life in Ohio's strip mines, where it moved an estimated hundreds of millions of tons of earth over its decades of operation. When it was finally retired in the 1990s, most of it was dismantled, but its enormous bucket was preserved and still stands today as a monument to American industrial engineering. And just when it feels like this is the absolute peak of machine size, the final machine proves there's still one level beyond. Something so massive it redefines what mobile even means. At the very peak of industrial engineering stands the Bagger 293, officially recognized as one of the largest land-based mobile machines ever built. Manufactured in Germany by Tachraf in collaboration with Siemens, this colossal bucket wheel excavator was completed in 1995 for large-scale lignite mining in Europe's massive open-pit operations. Its scale is almost impossible to process at first glance, about 700 feet long, over 300 feet tall, and weighing more than 14,000 tons. Even simple repositioning inside a mine can take multiple days due to its sheer size and complexity. Instead of digging like a traditional excavator, it uses a giant rotating wheel fitted with 18 buckets, each capable of scooping several cubic meters of material in a single rotation. Working continuously, it can move hundreds of thousands of cubic meters of earth per day, feeding conveyor systems that transport material away from the mining face without interruption. Everything about it is designed for non-stop large-scale extraction. The machine runs entirely on external electric power, distributed across multiple high-voltage systems that together deliver over 16,000 horsepower. Its movement is slow but controlled, using massive track supports and steering mechanisms that allow it to glide along the mine floor while digging at the same time. Inside, it feels less like a vehicle and more like a moving industrial plant, complete with maintenance corridors, control rooms, and conveyor infrastructure. Operators manage the entire system from a high-position control cabin with wide visibility and advanced monitoring systems. Today, Bagger 293 continues to operate in Germany's Hambach lignite mine, playing a key role in supplying fuel for regional power generation. It has also become an industrial icon, featured in documentaries, exhibitions, and even artistic light displays celebrating its scale. And with this machine, the journey reaches its true summit. Nothing on land moves more material, and nothing comes close to its level of industrial power. And that's a wrap on some of the most insane machines ever built on Earth. From coal haulers to tunnel-boring giants and record-breaking excavators, each one proves just how far human engineering can go when scale meets ambition. Some of these machines move more material in a day than entire fleets could in weeks, and honestly, it's hard not to be impressed seeing what's possible at this level. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next deep dive into incredible engineering. Drop a comment on which machine shocked you the most, and I'll see you in the next one.